Today, you're going to learn exactly how to identify the sales opportunities of retail stores in a shopping mall, step by step. Today, people tracking technologies are cost effective and with good enough accuracy. The tracking technologies tell you where, how long, and what people do in a physical location. I'm Ronnie Max, the founder of the Behavior Analytics Academy. Back in 2019, the consensus was you share data if it gives you a competitive advantage. Otherwise, you don't. But during the pandemic of 2020, it became evident that malls and stores depend on each other. It means sharing data creates an advantage to both the retail store and the mall operator. In this video, I'll show you my step-by-step action plan for mapping the customer journey with the mall-to-store sales funnel. But before we dive into the funnel, you should know that there are trends shaping the relationship between the mall operators and their tenants. One, there's a change in the tenant mix. Mall owners are diversifying beyond the traditional brick-and-mortar stores, and department stores that shed their value as the anchors. As a result, shopping malls offer flexible leasing for pop-up stores, non-retail tenants such as medical clinics, and retail entertainment venues such as gaming parlors and movie theaters. 2. Shopping centers became a destination. It means mall management connects directly with mall visitors using interactive media such as digital signage, shared services such as curb pickup, and smart parking. And 3, the digital transformation of mall and stores fast-tracked during the lockdowns of the pandemic. What happens in the online customer journey has a direct impact on the physical world. The online and offline shopping behaviors are interconnected. For example, digital malls are online applications that provide information to mall stores and at the same time offer advertising for retail tenants. One more important point. Many malls and retailers evaluate the physical store by sales per square foot, but that is an outcome metric. It means sales is an outcome of a myriad of operational and marketing decisions. To increase sales, you focus on input KPIs. That's why you need to map the customer journey from the point of entry to the mall to the purchase inside the store. With this tutorial, you'll have a proven process to capture the customer journey in a shopping center. With that, here's the mall-to-store sales funnel. Like any funnel, the mall-to-store funnel counts the number of people in each phase of the funnel and the conversion rate between the phases. So let's dive in. KPI number 1 is mall visitors. Mall visitors reflects the sales opportunity offered by the shopping center to its tenants. In other words, the ability of the retail stores to sell starts with the number of visitors to the shopping center. If you're running trade area analytics, mall visitors is the output, but in the mall-to-store funnel, mall visitors are an output matrix that kickstarts the process. Technically, you measure the mall's foot traffic the same way you count visitors in a retail stores. Mall visitors is a matrix reflecting the sum of all foot traffic from all entrances and exit points to the shopping centers. Mall visitor reflect the value of the mall to the retailers. It is also a matrix used in traffic indexes and competitive benchmarks. Once you know how many people visit the mall, the next step is to understand where the visitors are inside the shopping center. KPI number 2 is the in-mall stay rate, better known as path analytics. Once you know how many people visit the mall, the next step is to understand where they are inside the shopping mall. Path analytics combines location and time-based metrics to measure where visitors are and how long they stay. As you see in the dashboard from Ash Tech, Path Analytics is a function of the numbers of people staying in a virtual zone and how long they stayed. You often see Path Analytics as a visual heat map, yet the data that matters is in the details. Specifically, the in-mall stay rate is the ratio between zone visitors and mall visitors. To identify the sales opportunities, look for a correlation between traffic flows, proximity traffics, and store sales. For example, location marketing technologies send real-time push notifications to visitors inside the mall. Location analytics solutions track behaviors such as customer flow, curb pickup, and transportation services. If you're involved in lease agreements, the in-mall rate clarifies the value of the store location inside the mall. Next, you look at the traffic patterns themselves. KPI number 3 is the proximity traffic. Proximity traffic reflects the sales opportunity of a specific local store. In other words, to be considered a viable sales opportunity, people have to be passing by close enough to the store. With advanced analytics, proximity traffic considers the nature of the store, its entrances, and the field of view. For example, Fixit AI deploys eye tracking technology to evaluate the proximity traffic. Once you count the number of people passing by, the next step is to evaluate if the store has done a good job. KPI number 4 is the capture rate. The retail stores attract attention of mall visitors with store windows, digital signage, and storefronts. With eye tracking technology, you get visibility and attention matrix. In this example, these are input KPIs to store windows. The output metric will be the capture rate. The capture rate is the ratio of store visitors to proximity traffic. This is important. The capture rate is an invisible but firm line between the retailer corporate efforts and local store operations. Next, you look for the opportunity of the store. KPI number 5 is store visitors. Visitors is the number of people who visit the store. Technically, the tracking technologies count people when they enter or exit the store as individuals or in groups, with or without staff. Store visitors is a versatile KPI. It is used in demand forecasting, store operations, and compensation plans. The next KPI measures the performance of the retail store. KPI number 6 is the store sales conversion rate. Sales conversion rate is also known as sales conversion or the conversion rate. Regardless of the name, it is the ratio of people that bought to the people who visited the store. In other words, the sales conversion rate in a physical store measures the ability of the store to convert buyers to translate opportunities into sales. Sales conversion rate is the ratio of buyers to store visitors. Technically, the sales conversion is the number of transactions divided by the number of visitors. For example, if 10 people out of 100 visitors are buyers, the sales conversion rate is 10%. We reach the end of the mall to store sales funnel. KPI number 7 is the number of buyers. You may notice that I use the term buyers, not customers. Here's why. As I mentioned before, retailers tend to view store performance in terms of sales per square foot. But a customer-centric view requires a deeper understanding of your customers. And the term buyers reflect the people who purchased in the physical store. I plan to end this video here, but I decided to add a bonus for the advanced users of people tracking technologies. The bonus KPI is the return rate. With camera-based technologies such as Vision AI, you detect the returning visitors using anonymous facial attributes. That will give you the return rate for those visitors who return to your store. All in all, you now have a game plan to identify the sales opportunities in a shopping mall. With the mall to store sales funnel, you're able to see the opportunities in each step of the customer journey. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel right now. Click on the subscribe button. Also, if you want exclusive in-store optimization techniques, visit the Behavior Analytics Academy. The link is below this video. Now it's time to hear from you. Which matrix from this video are you going to use first? The proximity traffic or the capture radio? Let me know by leaving a comment below.